Neil Ratner, Rock Doc here with a story. January 27th, 1970, John Lennon went into Apple Studios to record the song Instant Karma, which happens to be one of my John Lennon favorites. I hope it's yours too. But a little background first, okay? So, throughout 1969, John and Yoko had embarked on a campaign for world peace, which included various activities, including their highly publicized bed-ins. The two started the new year in Denmark, getting to know Yoko's former husband, Tony Cox, and the daughter Cox and Yoko had together, Kyoko. Now, one night, they had a conversation about the concept of karma. And in case you don't know, karma is the belief that your actions now, today, affect your future lives. A concept popular in both Hindu and Buddhist religions. But of course, John Lennon saw it a little differently. And according to him, everybody was going on about karma. But it occurred to me that karma is instant, as well as it influences your past life or your future life. I'm fascinated by commercials as an art form. So the idea of instant karma was like the idea of instant coffee, presenting something in a new form. Now, on January 27th, 1970, 2 days after returning from Denmark, Lennon woke up with the beginnings of the song. And as lots of you songwriters know, many times songs come to people in their sleep. And whether they're just a vessel and spirit is giving them the message or what, who knows, but it's a common thing. Okay, so he sat down at his piano and came up with a melody and a title, and he finished writing the song in an hour. His first telephone call was from his Beatles buddy George Harrison, telling him he wrote this great song and he needed him to help record it. And then he called none other than American producer Phil Spector, who happened to be in London at the invitation of Beatles Apple Corps manager Alan Klein. And according to Lennon, he told Spector, "Come over to Apple quick, I've just written a monster." Now, John wanted Phil to produce the single as a test before he agreed to let Phil do any work with the Beatles. So, Lennon's fellow musicians at the session were George, Klaus Voormann, Alan White, and Billy Preston, all of whom had performed at the December 69 Peace for Christmas concert as part of the Plastic Ono supergroup. Okay, now, typical of Spector, he almost didn't show up. George Harrison had to go find him somewhere deep in Apple's offices and persuade him to come to the session. And Klaus Voormann tells a very funny story about Spector. There was this little guy walking around with PS on his shirt, and I was thinking, who is this guy? When he turned on the playback, it was just incredible. First, it was ridiculously loud, but also there was the ring of all these instruments and the way the song had such motion. As a first experience of the difference from the way you played it to the sound in the control room, it was overwhelming, and I knew immediately who he was. Phil Spector. Let's listen to a little. You were knocked you on the head.
You better get yourself together. Pretty soon you're gonna be dead.
Yeah. All right. The basic track took very few takes. And then Phil worked on creating his famous wall of sound, but this time with only 4 musicians. Lennon added grand piano onto the basic track while Harrison and White shared another piano and Vorman played electric piano. In addition, Beatles' personal assistant Matt Evans overdubbed chimes and White added a second muffled drum part. Lennon felt that the chorus was... Sorry about that. So Billy Preston and Mal Evans went to a nearby pub named Hatchett's and brought in a group of people to provide backing vocals. Alan Klein then added chorus vocals with George Harrison directing the singing. Spector even wanted to add a string section, but Lennon insisted that the recording was complete. Now, Instant Karma ranks as one of the fastest released songs in pop history, arriving in UK record stores just 10 days after it was written. And according to John, I wrote it in the morning on the piano. I went to the office and sang it many times, so I said, hell, let's do it. And we booked the studio, and Phil came in and said, how do you want it? I said, 1950s. He said, right. And boom, I did it in about 3 goes or something like that. I went in, and he played it back, and there it was. The only argument was that I said a bit more bass, that's all, and off we went. So kind of ironic that John wrote this song, and of course he was hit by instant karma when he was killed in front of the Dakota Hotel. Prophetic, I guess. So, that's my story. Shine on. I hope you enjoyed it. And I guess the message here is live now. Live in the moment. Don't worry about yesterday and tomorrow. Today is all we have. All right, Neil Ratner Rock Doc. That's my story. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll see you real soon.